Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only podcast where you can talk about horror and science fiction movies from the 1980s. Today we have a very special interview guest, but first, let's get a little nostalgic, shall we? Celebrating Audio Day. Whole world is celebrating. Yes, you gotta love Night of the Comet, one of the greatest movies ever made. I am your host, Tommy Throwback Kovac, and today is Tuesday, May 16th, Totally Radical. Now, last couple of days have been very sad. We lost one of the old-time great actors, Boothe. Most of the people remember him from Deadwood, the HBO Western series, and what else? Red Dawn, But in 1980, he won the Emmy Award for portraying Jimmy Jones, the crazy, priest, cult leader. And he went up on stage to accept his Emmy Award, and he said, "This is probably either the greatest moment of my life or the dumbest." Gotta love that. And the reason he said that was because it was during the WGA strike, the Writers Guild of America, and back then that was considered just heinous, And so I wanted to say rest in peace to Boothe. He's one of the greats. Now, today's guest, I have been just waiting for a moment like this my whole life. It's the 80s movie babe, Diane Franklin. Diane Franklin, let me tell you about her, okay? She's one of those actresses from the 80s that, to us movie geeks, she's the first person we think of when we think of movies from the 80s, But to the average film goer who does like 80s movies, but not as hardcore as people like me, they know her face, they don't know her name, and I'm deeply saddened by that, and, I could see their point, because early on in her career, she started out making these movies where she had this persona of the new girl in town, and the characters are pretty often sneaky, I have to say. Karen in The Last American Virgin, she ends up being a lying, two-timing slut. Or Monique in Better Off Dead, for an hour of the movie, she has you fooled she doesn't speak English, And for that matter, to me, Diane is the most underused, underestimated, and most misunderstood actress from the 80s. I mean, we don't really get into it that much in this interview because there wasn't enough time, but that's just my feeling of it, and I just absolutely adore her. I think the world of her. She's a kind, sweet person. She's not at all like her characters, particularly Karen. Monique was sweet, but Karen wasn't. And, I just think the world of her, and I'm so glad that she got to do this interview with me. And we are going to start the interview in just a moment. But I want to warn you, though, about 5 minutes of this interview was lost due to a technical issue. We were talking about her movie, TerrorVision, and it just got completely lost, along with a few seconds about her appearance on Freddy's Nightmares. But hopefully in the future, she can return, and we will do a part 2 interview. So let's take a totally excellent, totally radical trip back into memory lane with the very awesome Diane Franklin.
Hello, Tommy.
Hi, Diane. How you doing?
Good. Hey, I'm watch it, and then you can reflect, and it's so personal to everybody, and it's also part of, like, you know, our youth, like, you watch, like, I was talking to somebody who said, like, how, I look up to my generation, like, the older generation to me, and so every generation has their special people, you know what I mean? And you can't explain, like, co-minutes, like, famous actor or salad dressing. It's like, you know,
there's too many to choose from.
If you're 8-year-old, you're, like, not going to know his famous actor, like, he's possible, that's it, you know? And older people's like, oh my god, that's you know, that's like a huge, he's an amazing actor. So, I really think it's really like a generation, and it's, like, special to you. So, I appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure. First, I'd like to talk about the horror movies that you did, because this is horror themed. The first one you did was Amityville Horror 2, right?
That was the first, I think that was the first horror film, yeah.
Yeah, and you co-starred with Burt Young and Britannia Alda.
Yes. I have to say that was such an interesting film because when I got that film, I was 20 years old, but I looked like I was 16 or 14. I think the character was like 14 years old.
Yeah, you did.
And yes, but I mean, I forgot that. But it was so young, and so I remember when I was, you know, auditioning for it, when I got the script. You know, I grew up near Amityville, so I was very, I thought, oh, I know this area, I know this film. Let's look at the actor. You look at something and you feel connected to it, and you're just like, this is my role, I know this part, you know?
Yeah.
And so I kind of felt connected to it, but I wasn't Italian, you know, and I didn't understand, like, I didn't know whether, there were aspects to it that I wasn't, you know, comfortable with, like, I didn't know, and obviously incest. Certainly I wasn't, didn't experience that, so it was definitely something that I took slowly, like, I felt like I could play the role, and I really wanted to do a sincere job in the acting, but I didn't know, you know, if I could pull it off, I guess. So.
Yeah, I certainly think you did. I mean, I was 16 when I first saw this movie. A class that I was in high school, we were studying paranormal or something. I don't know. I was so
cool.
Yeah, I don't remember it very much because I was too focused on getting girls back then. But
right, which you should have been. That makes sense.
Yeah, but everybody liked the one that you were in. I sure did. I mean, I thought the third one was god awful, and the first one, when you come right down to it, there's only two things in the first one: Lois Lane and diarrhea, and that's it.
But you know, I'm trying to say that because, again, this is such an interesting, like, there's been a lot of Amityville, and I mean, maybe I'm just hearing it because that the people who like this, like the people who like my film the most will tell me. Maybe other people like other films better, but I don't always thought the people remember the middle one because it's a, you know, it's a sequel. Obviously, it was more compelling because of the incest and because of the relationship at Fort Young, you know, the acting of you know, very real, and it was like an abusive family, and for certain the first half of the movie, which was sort of based on, you know, your imagination. I mean, it wasn't so much about the exorcism, but it was like your imagination was a lot scarier than anything. Like, you know, the clock ticking and the mirror cracking, and I mean, that just seems so much scarier. And I know people that watched that film and they just said, I scared the heck out of that whole movie. It was so much scarier than any other film. And I can see now in retrospect why, but I didn't know that. Like, the movie when they were doing it, I thought, oh, this is a movie, like, people are not probably going to remember because it's the sequel. They're always going to remember the original. I remember seeing the original, and I don't know why. It wasn't as scary as I wanted half the film is about the house and the second half is about exorcism. So suddenly the film changed in the middle. But I don't know if that happened with the first. And I never saw the third, although I really wanted to do it because actress Lori Loughlin, who I grew up doing modeling with her, and I always wanted to see her work, and I never got the chance to see it. It's really strange. There's a couple of movies that I just have to sit down one night and watch them. I mean, that's one of them. So I was looking forward to that.
Yeah, Lori Loughlin's awesome too.
Yeah.
And let's see, then you did Deadly Lessons.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. That was definitely scary, and it's actually developed somewhat of a cult following because I knew, again, another film that that was done for ABC. It was, obviously wasn't in the theater, so it kind of, I thought it would be sort of disappearing. And then, I don't know if there was a resurgence recently because of Bill Paxton, because he was in the film, and it was one of his really early ones. And yeah, it's just the best. I mean, I just adore him. And we actually dated after that film. So, I met him. But the stuff itself is just good. I remember being really surprised that I was cast as the lead because I didn't really have a name yet. Virgin had come out. Amityville was starting to come out, but it wasn't like people really knew my name. And at that time, actors kind of didn't want to show their name. Only just when I did some books, so they kind of kept their name down, so then, you kind of just work and you don't see who that person is. Because otherwise, then it's sort of like you get more involved in their personal life than who they are. But I had to still get to that, so didn't even have a way to do that. So the publicist really wasn't out there a lot. So this was a huge hit. But we decided to go to his entire publicist. So I love that film. I think it was a great twist at the end.
Yeah, I didn't see it until YouTube, and when I was watching it, you know what I realized is that it's like a cross between Sleepaway Camp and The Facts of Life.
Yes! That's so funny. It's like scary, except it's like The Facts of Life too, right? It's like we're all a bunch of and it's just, but the cast in that, seriously, like Ali Sheedy, and I mean, as far as those girls, the girls, and
Donna Reed,
which was, that was just historic that she was in that. That was great. And Nancy Cartwright, who played Bart Simpson, who did that before she got the role of Bart Simpson. So that it's sort of like this wonderful little archive. Like if you are into film, old film, you'll look at that and go, oh my gosh, like there are so many people who recognize and know from the film. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and Rick Rossovich was in it.
Yes, again, also that Rick was in the fire, kind of a book. Was it Roxanne?
Yeah, Roxanne.
Roxanne with
Steve Martin.
So, yeah, good call. Yeah, about it. Yes, excellent.
And Top Gun, he was in.
Oh, yes, that's right, Top Gun. Mm-hmm. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
So, and then, but still, there was so many films, some of those great films, that, it's just fun to see us all so young. And it was just something about, I don't know how things are done today, but for me, I was flown from New York to shoot that movie to LA, and they put me up in a apartment, and I think I was 19 or 20. Gosh, I wonder if I did that before Amityville. I think I did it after Amityville. Mm-hmm. And then the way after. And I just remember, because I just felt just took a little bit longer. It wasn't so quick. It was going location, and everything was, I really got a chance to experience it and how get to know the girls in that time. But on the other hand, I was on the outside because I wasn't from LA. I was in the two girls who living in LA. So I was sort of on the outside, and that was kind of an advantage in the sense of my role because you can't, you sort of don't get to know people too well because you're still totally apart. So afterwards, I got to be be friends with a lot of the girls. But during the shoot, it was more closer to the girls who I played friends with in the movie.
Mm-hmm. That's great. You have certain experiences with movies, and you never know what the outcome is going to be. And sometimes you get lucky and have a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, that was very. I definitely had a good experience with that. And then after that film, I did a movie called Summer Girl.
Yeah.
Even though that wasn't Halloween, it was scary.
Yeah.
So I played an evil babysitter, which was so much fun.
Yeah.
I played a super funny, but I had all these different personalities. And at the time, there was this lady called Sybil, which was done by, oh my gosh, Sally Field.
Yeah, Sally
I think she was really great. Or maybe, yeah, she was the one that I had seen. And she was sort of my role model for that film. And I remember seeing that film and thinking that there was a similarity. That was my childhood memory. And then when I did Summer Girl, that was just a great role. I was so much fun to play so many different personalities. And again, to play somebody evil, like you get to be that in real life, so
yeah.
you don't even have to be evil, but the play is just wonderful. So I got to push my boyfriend off a cliff, drug my mother, I seduced the husband, and kidnapped the kids, and it was a very, it was fun.
Yeah, a very young Bud Bundy was in that. David Faustino.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And actually, like I said, recently I have been doing conventions, which I'm doing, and I'm doing a few now, which I can tell you about.
Yep.
And I met David at a convention. And it was really funny when I'm saying that, like now we're like, sort of like with like the same age or around the same age,
Yeah.
It's funny when I was like, I kidnapped you. It happened. Oh my gosh, you were my babysitter, right? So that was a really fun moment when you get to see people afterwards, and people with them. And it's great to see them doing well. That's really fun. So, but I'm going to be doing some conventions I want to mention. Just so you all know, I will do this May. At the end of May, I think it's like the 26th or 24th, that weekend, I will be in Dallas at Famous Monster Convention.
Awesome.
Dallas, Texas.
Awesome.
And then in June, like the 10th and 11th,
Yep.
I'm going to be in Stockton, California. And I will be there at
Sinister Creature Con.
you probably know sooner than I do. I'm going to be at a convention there. I'll probably listen before I get off. And then I'm going to be at a convention. I think I'm going to be in New Jersey in September. I may be at a New Jersey Comic Con, and I may be, and then I'm definitely going to be in October at AuthorCon in upstate New York.
Nice.
And then I will be in the Dominican Republic for a week vacation. It's actually a vacation for people who want to pay. It's an 80s weekend called 80s in the Sand in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
So we ain't like the king of that one, so it's going to be really fun.
Yeah, I so wish I could go to that one, but at least I'll be seeing you at Sinister Creature Con for my birthday, though. I'm excited.
Oh, okay, good. That's a creature con. That will be in the book. Oh, that's your birthday. Great. I'm excited. Good.
Yeah.
I didn't even want to June.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
And by the way, the one in the Dominican Republic, which is so interesting, I asked this woman I found out was involved in it, and I said, well, could I go? Because I really wanted to go because of all the amazing bands that was going to be there. And so she shut me in, and I was like, oh my God, did you like, Amanda Witt or Chris Armstrong? And
Yeah.
she's like, oh yes. And I'm like, oh my God. So it was great because now I'm in a place where, we're all, see each other as friends, and ask each other to events and
that's cool. I personally don't remember that episode, but I had to bring it up because it was horror, and I'm a big, Nightmare on Elm Street fan. So. Yeah, they should bring it out on like DVD or something in the future. Yeah. And then of course, let's see some of your other films here. Of course, my favorite teen movie of all time, The Last American Virgin.
Thank you. That's one movie that keeps starting to, when I started in the business years, like 10 years earlier, that film sort of put me in the spotlight because I was running it. I was actually, I actually just came out with another book. I read the book, the book on Amazon Prime. If you're interested, look up Diane Franklin's book, because if you don't look up the title, you will never be able to remember it. It's too long. My first book is called Diane Franklin, The Excellent Adventures of the Last American French James Boothe of the 80s. It's a wonderful kind of, it's like how to become an 80s babe, how to become an 80s actress, my career, and it has a chapter on all each movie that I did that, and each life story in the background of what I've done. That's the first book. And then the second book is in reference to Virgin. I was actually the first actress to kickstart the curly hair craze of the 80s.
Yes, you were.
Well, I appreciate your grit. I was there was no other actress, and I have to only give kudos to Amy Erwin, because she's the only other actress who had curly hair, but it didn't hit. It was like when she did Carrie with like 1976, I think, or something, and because the book is presented she's basic, it wasn't like she was, the curly hair, I think, sort of makes the focus. But on top of it, my role in Virgin, because the last American Virgin, it was associated with being American. So it was very much like, that was the first film where a dream girl who was American had dark curly hair. It wasn't happening before. So after that film, I started to read after read, and so my second book, which is called Diane Franklin, The Excellent Cult of the Last American Virgin James Boothe of the 80s, suddenly realized that I became noticed. So I think it's very interesting about how sometimes actresses become stars and how they become in the focus of, because sometimes it's the timing, and you can keep walking as an actress, you do your best, you do, the part of like make sure you know what you're doing, you get that opportunity, and you have the spotlight. I mean, it was great that I was able to work so much before, because I learned, because I made sure I was prepared differently, but the second book is definitely interesting. If you haven't gotten it, you will love it. There's tons of photos, and there's information that, I self-published by it, so there's information that will get from a regular book publisher. It's just a big take a chance to put stuff in it, so which is very cool. So I hope people get it. It's just amazing. But it's on Amazon Prime, so regardless, that's how much effective. And also, sex comedy is like, again, another film that you say, who's going to watch this, maybe some guys, who's not good, but it's still here today, which is unbelievable.
Yeah, I was about 12 or 13 when I discovered it. By the time I was 2 years old, my brother had polluted my mind with teen sex comedies, but he did not have that one, so I had to discover that one on my own. And when I saw it, I just fell in love with it because, it was a good story that I could relate to because I've been rejected by girls my whole life, and so it's something that I can relate to. And there's an infamous scene in the movie that involves the Devo song Whip It. And, yeah. And, I'm sorry, what?
Well, I'm trying to think, I'm trying to know the Whip It song. Was that over?
In the boys' locker room.
The into Tower Heist, and, which I love, and we did Rush Hour, and he's an amazing director, producer, and entrepreneur, just a lovely man. He really is amazing. He agreed to do my homework for my second book, which was insane. And it was because he had the same experience as you did when he was 12 years old or 13, whatever. He watched the coverage and he never forgot that film, and so much of it applied to his own life, and it just made a big impression on him. So I think he was, it's fabulous that spot in his heart.
Yeah. Me and my friends at school, we reenacted that scene, was what I was trying to say. Yeah. Yeah.
So funny. Oh my gosh.
Being the good Catholic boys that we were. I'm sorry, what?
I said, I hope you won the pot if you didn't after that scene.
Consequently, no. But, let's see. Last question here before we wrap this up. I would love to do a part 2 with you next time about some other things. Let's see. When you go to conventions, obviously you get guys that come to you and tell you that you were their first crush. But do you ever get guys that like are a little inappropriate, go over the line type of thing?
That's interesting to say. I've only actually had, well, there's two things. One, I had a guy who was actually came to the convention drunk, and he was like telling every girl that he passed by that, he wanted to get with them, which I thought was kind of funny. So, coming back to me, I was like, wow, I'm not 16 anymore, so that was kind of a compliment, but I was kind of funny. And things were fine. I mean, he was just, drunk and, perhaps trying to get a date. I don't know. But no, actually, and then, everybody's been very polite, and actually, I would say, it's been more sort of, it just affects people. Like, I mean, I think people are just happy to see me and kind of just happy that, it just makes, I think it takes them away. I've seen people some people shake you, some people are like, they're Freddy, some people are like, they're just so happy, they're going back to their childhood, whatever. There's one wall, and this is so interesting. I was with the Pastor Virgin, and all the people at Virgin were looking down and be like, oh my gosh, watch out for this guy, coming towards you, this dropout. So, by the way, when we do these conventions, there's always people around who will hear bouncers, that get in trouble, they'll hit people away, so, that's just to know, but anyway, the guy comes up and he goes, oh my gosh, I cannot believe you did that to that guy. I am so mad at you. I hate you. I can't believe you would have done that to Gary. That was like undertaking. Why did you do that? He kept repeating it over and over and over again. I couldn't believe you did that. he was in Lost Boys, he played my husband.
Yeah.
So that would be very exciting, really well edited. I'm so excited to see that film. And then, so I don't know if that's going to go directly to video or if it's going to go to Netflix or Amazon or whatever. That was big with the theaters and those. And the other time I did was sort of an art film where he sort of done it like sort of like a play. And it's a thriller and it's called The Final Interview. The Final Interview was it was done sort of as it's going to go to a film festival. And I think they're just finishing up with like the final color correction on that. But that is so scary. And it's about a guy who gets interviewed before he was put into the electric chair.
Yeah.
And so I play this film director, and my husband is Granger Hines, and he plays sort of the newscaster who's getting sort of last chance to interview if he makes a place as a newscaster or journalist.
Yeah.
It's going to be based on this situation. And it's very tension making. You can't take your eyes off the screen. And I play the news director, and so I'm really excited about that. So we'll see. Those are upcoming films that are here. I have another one, but those are the same ones. If you're looking for that hard, then you're on for that. So, but I gotta tell you, I hope that, that people, go back and look at these films and you're gonna really enjoy them, and they go pretty fast, which is nice. I don't think they're slow, would you say?
I think that they have just awesome longevity. I mean, of course, I'm speaking for myself, but I think though there are a lot of fans out there that love those movies. I mean, I go to horror conventions, I see people buying posters for TerrorVision and stuff. I think they hold up. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. And I look forward to those new movies you have coming out. And I look so forward to meeting you. I mean, it's like the highlight of my year. Yes, yeah. And you'll love me. I'm personable and I'm cute, so. Yes. Diane, you are a totally radical babe, and I thank you so much for this. So much. Yes.
Diane Franklin on Twitter. And you can also find me on Dying to Be With You on Instagram. That's more my personal one. But you can, we can go there. And Facebook, my Facebook is full. But
Yeah.
go to the fan site on Facebook. I do post on Facebook, the general fan site, events that are happening. You can get a lot of information about that. And also conventions that are upcoming.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Diane. Have a great evening.
Thank you so much.
I'll never forget you.
Well, there you have it, folks. Diane Franklin. Isn't she a sweetheart? Yeah, that was a really good interview. I have to say, it's one of the great thrills of my life. Yeah, oh my God, she is very informative. She loves to talk, and she's just an absolute, genuine sweetheart. And once again, Diane, thank you so much for this interview. My first interview ever on this very first podcast, I might add. So everyone, subscribe to my YouTube channel to get more of these videos, and follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and you'll see lots of cool stuff in the future. So This has been Splat from the Past. I am Tommy Throwback Kovac, and until next time, there is no shame in living in the past, because the present sucks. See ya.